Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gupta series. As you know, now the map of the Indian subcontinent is beginning to change more and more as the Gupta Empire has expanded westward towards the Punjab region for the most part until the next Holy War, where we'll go for areas like Gandhara and then later down the Sindh areas. Which seems like that's kind of similar to, well, I won't go much into detail, but as you know, as this has been posted today, that yes, the Gupta series will continue until the entirety of the Indian subcontinent is united under the Gupta dynasty. That's how long I'm willing to continue this series on, and wouldn't want to, go further westward, otherwise it'll be too similar to the Chola series that I did a year and a half ago. Roughly, yeah. So it's like that. So you could say, when will the Gupta series end? I know none of you asked that question, but I often ask myself, and that's, well, unite all of India, and then I can put my full efforts towards the other two ongoing Europa Universalis 4 series that's just been started, Croatia and the Delhi Sultanate series. Not to be confused with the CK2 Delhi Sultanate series starring Razia Sultana and all that, but it's kind of interesting to be doing two series that are ongoing that both take place in India. The Gupta, which is of a Bengali origin, and the other, well, initially as Sirhind and then became Delhi, which is ran by the Afghan Lodi dynasty, even though Afghans are not native to India as they, live over there, around these areas. That's all. Now, on to the agenda here regarding the Gupta dynasty themselves. I had only one child, but that was lost some time ago. But still in the prime of the life and she'll be turning 33 a week or so, for Samrajni Rani, the Fearless, because of her bravery. That's why. Although she would be perfect if she were a Hindu holy warrior, but she is only she's a devout Vaishnavist, to be more specific. And getting close to becoming Acha, which would definitely help her live a little longer and get the fertility up in order to have more children, even though the fertility is up when you think about it that way, which is, plus 27, but minus 15, it's like, okay, have 27 minus 15, but sex appeal is up due to her being brawny, of course. And all that and more. Even though she's a bit dull-minded, but hey, you can't win everything. But I'll tell you what I can win. I need to win over him, which, even though it's 100 opinion towards me, but that man is from the Pala dynasty, and it's a matrilineal marriage, and I want his bloodline. I mean, yeah, it's a small prestige gain and a little bit of Indo-Aryan opinion, so all the North Indians can respect our dynasty a little more. That's the reason why I married this man. Originally married to my cousin. Who has since been killed. But I ain't gonna take it out on him. But I think I know how to get his fertility up, even though his is plus 10. But my issue with him, it's like, yeah, he may have a lisp, which, if any of my children get a lisp, well, so be it. I just want his bloodline. all I need to do is get him aroused. If these gifts during Diwali didn't work, I slapped my wall because there's a bug. Don't worry, got him. Now, where is it? Where is it? Where is that book? Aha! Kama Sutra. I gotta give that to him. Yes, it's gonna knock my fertility down, but there is a person in prison that also has Kama Sutra. So we can read the same. It's like you get your version of it while I get mine. So that way your fertility will go way up. And that's not going to be the only gift I'll be sending you. Of course, when he dies, it'll be inherited back to me sooner or later. I passed by a wayside shrine on the road. I remember one of the locals told me that praying at these wayside shrines could bring one various kinds of blessings. I'm diligent, aren't I? Yes. But let me pray to the Supreme. And that Supreme is Vishnu. Have fun reading it. And I already have a cluttered artifact that gives me +2 fertility. Well, then here's another. A male marble statue, which I don't know why that gives a fertility, but it does. Huh. So get a good look at it. Maybe you'll imagine something. What's this? Oh, claiming war? Well, get it in here. Because I was thinking about fighting these little claiming wars. Oh, actually, when she dies, it goes there too. Well then, in that case, that's what we're going to go to war for. Matters little to me. Okay. You there. I looked it up before. Give me that book. You'll be released, and you're gonna hate me for a while, but I ain't mad at you. Actually, I can't put you in, because you are a known murderer. And you know Cheryl Bell over there. When we put her back in, because we don't want any malcontents around here. There, now it's re-equipped. So your fertility's up by 27%. So am I, but just wait till I become that child and we'll finally start having children. And if I turn by, say, 38, I'm gonna get desperate. I mean, as good as half-sister is, but she's married to a man who has an important claim. And already has a child, and whereas I don't have one now. Because seeing all this money, I thought, well, we should invest in military more, knowing that as our empire expands, well, we need to keep up with the growth of everything. Was that it? Well, actually, there's this area I've recently gained for myself, but I'm not really going to invest in it, knowing that I'll give that land away sooner or later. But I'm just holding it for the time being. There's almost nothing here because it's a war-ridden area. Not to mention you expanded the strength of the God damn it, what is it called? Defense. And when we expand more and more, and we'll be richer, then I'll start spending it on steel bow infantry, so our archers and war elephants will be more effective. Though a little more expensive to upkeep. But it'll do for a time. But since these two areas are going to go to the Empire anyhow, so it'll be wise to go after this. Send in a retinue. Head to Hastinapura, the capital of the old Kuru kingdom long time ago, in the days of the Mahabharata. Right. Now, as soon as they're in position, then go get it. I think what you should do is to improve relations with the Zoroastrians over there, so we can get an understanding. Come here. Then maybe, just maybe, an alliance of the Zoroastrians could help with the easy for me to say, cooperation in the wars against the Abbasids. Against my person. Plots revealed. I know he's my friend, but still, he's still very useful to me. You want the Raj of Magad? All I can tell you is, hey, don't do that. Again, he's a landed character from Gaia. I've learned that the Raja attempted to speak on my behalf at a faction meeting in Sripuri, but only to manage to turn his faction further against me. Curses! Friendly, 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 friendly. Look, everybody's friendly. Don't try to start something. Don't try to start something that you can't deliver. Let's see. In fact, the real question is, how's everybody feeling? Except for you, because we'll deal with that malcontent a little later. The man will remain in jail. Although the feudal vassal opinion will go down if I were to do that, but it gives me a little more domain size. And this is just the start for the progression towards Imperial Administration, which will work on that far down the line in future generations. Melee techniques would have to do experience from that past conflicts. So it would be wise to keep the diplomacy up as well as get some of that learning. Which in fact, as soon as I have a child, I will switch more towards the scholarship focus. I don't care if it's a daughter, but preferably a son. Don't care which. A child of the Samrajni will be very beneficial to the Gupta Empire. Now, consideration. Threes will say yes, but there's many undecided ones. That includes you. Friend, how about you? I'm sure I'll give you something in return in the future. So all I need is just one more supporter, and then we can even things out here. Good to know. So that's 4 and 4, and of course I will vote, so that'll be deciding. But it enables you these sub-laws such as Eternal's King's Peace and Complete King's Peace. So it's just either or, but it would be wise to have this so vassals can no longer fight each other for whatever petty claimants that they have, even though they won't like that. But that's only the road if you want to go towards Imperial Administration. You gotta have absolute rule. We got no prestige. And soon we'll be rolling back on these. And then we'll abolish it. But in actuality, once we have Imperial Administration, when that goes to work, then we'll put it back on the council, because an empowered spouse thing is very, very useful. Let's begin. And also it gives us the Your Kingdom Claim. That's the big one. And enables the Your Vassal Kingdom creation. Yes. These are the bankers. It will soon pass. Into the Empire you go. Alright, the Lords of the Bengal Empire improved the institution of absolute crown authority law. So, there's your kingdom. Like I were to say, I mean, I don't have, you know, like there's these bunch of claimants, but we don't have every single one of them. And it would be much preferable to get this off of them, even though they're probably like going to retreat to other areas. Right. Legal tutor. Doesn't live here, but if we can get him in here, which we cannot unless we fabricate a claim, which of course I mean I would take his land, damn it. Wish we could just force vassalize them, but that's not how we operate. Rajkumari of Delhi. Oh, hey, you're actually... Ah, I think we can arrange that. Yeah, the next time we fight the Absent, why don't we just push that person's claim for the Punjab? But of course, that can only occur if, for example, here. Only given to children who are second, third in line of succession. Let me see this line of succession. Nowhere near any of them. And they're all landed. Fortunately, there's this guy. It's a weak claim, though. But that's second, third line inherit. Has to be an ongoing regency and all that. But we cannot claim those right now. Plus this other man's landed. Blast, I say. It's like once we get Punjab, then we can take much bigger territory. And meanwhile, you are defending Nana. Yeah, you are defending the Rashtrakuta kingdom down there. Just where you are going. Interestingly, what? Yet, pushing your claim for Maharashtra would be a huge gain for us. Be a huge gain, even though you are 55 years old. But fortunately, these two here are inheritable. Knowing that you're around. Kind of makes me think we should, like, should we really abandon this campaign in favor of going south? Which, of course, that's gonna, like, we only be having this and this part here all together. And then later push that claim, then there's your southern path. That'll lay open to you. Alternatively, who's not landed? Can be inherited. Also, there has to be regency ongoing there. You know, he's one of the main commanders of the Arabian Empire. Based on his skills, I think he'll manage. Should the day he gets killed, then oh boy, here's our opportunity to push one of those claims. Even though the best option is to expand it there, but the only problem with that is we can't vassalize them unless like very much not the Digital Legion, all that. Just gonna really problematic unless just give one gift. Would that be enough? Still no. Unless I was of his unless I was his culture, Hindustani. Here is Punjabi. Wasn't that another claimant of yours that's also that? Anyways, you waited long enough, so just go get this part. No, just get it. Hold that thought. Stand there. Just in case they join the war, we'll just use our, regular army to the levies, to head over there. Well, they'll be on their way there. So, fine. That's how we're gonna do it. Just only personal levies. March to them. Well, since I spent that great deal of prestige, I'd like to ask for it. I gotta start swaying you. And see if we could set up a non-aggression back between us. It will have me understanding. And New Temple, you got it. Build one here. Is there a better steward? No. Nobody's better than him. So, get it done quickly. So that way I get to be the godchild. Good. They're part of that war now. It's an idea. See to if you can steal their children. After sitting down with the delegation of Shah Danush of the Kurnishadam, it was a relief that I found plenty of common ground with the other side. We were both eager to sign a non-aggression pact. Security above everything else. And we'll ask for an alliance at a later time, which will give us time to improve a little more relations and all that. Okay. More military buildings being built. We win this war, but don't end it yet. Where's the siege master? Oh, it's already there. Good. Once that falls, then maybe we can try to get a few. Don't surrender. We're just gonna take our sweet time. Why the hell not? It has come to the attention of the Emperor that the Yan Empire, that merchants from lands have been acting with deceit and dishonesty while conducting trade of our merchants. We are certain that you will make sure that this behavior will cease immediately. My God. Pandravadana, Kalanganaga, Santagrama. No, I'll have the sea gotta deal with the worst troublemakers. Only Mugger will be affected. And we're gonna try to assassinate the Caliph one more time. So that way it'll be easier to start another war with the Abbasid Empire, as they have just taken another part of that. Oh, no, this is Gupta, not Abbasid. These colors are confusing for some. No. Oh, you lost your hand recently. And you're going into hiding? Oh yeah, someone's after you. We better push that claim sooner or later. I don't know what I gotta do with you. I was hoping to steal somebody else from your prisons, but not now. Leave that one alone. It'll soon join the Empire. I hope. Yes, I know, it's all gonna go to him. What else? There's no threat yet. Very little, actually. Andhra just split away from Maharashtra. Well, it's Kingdom of Andhra. Oh, does that make you a claimant to Andhra? No. Just only Telangana and Maharashtra. We'll get you these lands. Because it's about time. You have a limited time on Earth, so we better make it happen. And it's going to take a while for the armies to assemble. We'll deal with the Abbasids later. We gotta have our entrance to the south, which would give us a lot of claims, including access to this coast here and that part of the Deccan. So we got to go for it. The place we shall meet is Tripuri in the City Kingdom. Of course. We just started it and it says this war isn't going as quite as I thought it would. We just started. You gotta be a sucker to ask that. Just say I need no help. Marvelous. Just wait next year. Once we have the alliance, we'll have a cooperation plan. And I have an idea of what that's going to be like. Accepted on the nose. What? Oh, turn that off. Famous herbs and herbalists from Varanasi. I was beginning to wonder. But the husband will be pleased. Rabies. I'll try to be temperate. One more time with this. Okay, now. Since it's technically occupied by us already, so head to there. That's First Army Group. Alright, but bad. I'm a known murderer now. That's gonna be bad on my reputation to some vassals. Some, but not all. Particularly the ones who are in prison. But they'll learn to love me again in time. I've been feeling a lot more energetic than usual recently. Unfortunately, while I had no problem wearing down the ears of everybody at court, I've been unable to focus all this newfound vitality on my duties. Yet, according to most scholars, an expectant mother should simply seclude herself in the dark for most of her pregnancy. Should follow tradition and rest. Nice. Could kiss him for that. I was dubious at first, but spending these long hours in quiet, dark meditation has helped me to find peace. I'm a lot less worried about my child than I was a few only. Mental health will improve. Blissful quiet while engaging in combat. Give me my best. You're unproven. Actually, don't move. Wait for the others to finish up. Then we got it. Temple construction complete. Mandir of Durango. Now, finally be our child. Fertility up and a lot more health. I keep hearing weird buzzing noises all the time. It's very subtle, though I could barely hear it, so it doesn't bother me much. It's something that makes me worry. None of my physicians have been figuring out what's the issue. Probably nothing serious, right? Hope not. Be careful when you're going to combat pregnant. Praise be Vishnu. I was very surprised to find my husband waiting for me in my rooms tonight, surrounded by an entire collection of assorted presents. Apparently just wants to give me his best wishes for the pregnancy. Thank you. I really appreciate your gesture. Come over here. let's see. Don't I have a crown focus that area? Yes, I do. Put it back in Magadha. There's a volatile province here. And it's no good to nobody. Very, very rich. What would I want? Likely money for the war effort. Thank you very much. Oh, you can't afford? Well, sucks to be you then. There isn't much holding, so it'll be easier to take them. Also, the baby is coming. Don't forget about that part. It's a daughter. For now. Vina. Well, since I'm our child now, well, expect to see a little more children. I can imagine. Should engage him, but you know that's gonna give them the opportunity. One more holding to go. That's them. Took a while, but we got him. What other lands does he hold personally? Head that way. You got it. Bunch of business transactions. All the old Pajaria's passed. Might as well. Hey, what say you? Oh, everybody's opposed to it. Gotta fire him. No offense, but there's room for loyalists. Like that man. Yeah, it's time to roll back on these. Which again, we'll miss out on Andhra, but we'll be sure to get Telangana next. Which would be the biggest gains we'll ever make. and then sooner or later we would resume the wars against the Rashtrakuta. Not a loyalist. There you go. Hope you're not having too much trouble. That damn conqueror. Let's try to form an alliance. So, I was informed of my spies and were particularly Soto to a directed business-like attitude. It's not really my thing, but if that's how you want it. And we'll present a clean and business-like approach. So, we have no alliances. My stewardship, diplomacy skills are up. I'm gregarious, I'm diligent, yes. Not greedy, not an administrator. Now, for him, his opinion of me. Likes her well enough. He is not diligent, not greedy. Distance between the realms is a little, but it's going to be more than just business. And also, I thought about this on the use of the retinues. That 2,000 strong defense retinue should be sent over to Khorasan as part of our cooperation. And then we'll only use our regular army for major wars. But since it's going to be against these guys, which they're going to be around for a long time, even though they want bulk. Against Karani Shadam. Which is only for... Oh, this bit. It's more than that. Or we just want this done as soon as possible. Oh, he just died. Assassinated. Oh, that's worse. I guess we'll never get that alliance then. I guess we'll deal with the Abbasids ourselves once we're done with the Southern Indian campaign. And yes, they're looting our territory because we're busy. Well, the negotiations went very well, even though he's been dead for a while. The deal is sealed then. But it's not official because he's dead. Well, who rules it over there then? If he dies, then that country's going to go back to being Sunni instead of Zoroastrian. He's zealous, and that's another problem. Not negotiable unless opinion's higher. Go back. I'm a bit dejected due to the timing of this. Since spies were able to know what they're doing, but the spies were never able to discover the assassination plot against them, which succeeded. I can know who. It's probably those Muslims within there. But, well... oh well, that's all I gotta say. We'll just have to deal with them ourselves. Not gonna catch him. None of you organizers. What the? Get 'em moving. Defeat him in a battle and you shall win. Soon the old guard from the previous monarch's going to be passing on. And we have succeeded in some big gains. Really? That threat level never really went up? I mean, to be fair, it's not a subjugation war. Quick, declare that one too, while he still lives. Get Maharashtra, then Telangana, you're next. And after that, who knows? Oh, that'll take a long time if you wish to get rid of them all, but that ain't gonna do. You might as well get a claim from somebody who's not landed, and that's either of these two men. Oh, Anglo-Saxon Hindu. I was about to say, why is there a white-skinned? Yeah, but now we understand it was a foreigner who came to India, be a Hindu, and then got married. And there's reason. But let's take advantage of this now. As I said, Punjab can wait. And since they're in a weakened state, let's just use a retinue. I think those Zoroastrians over here, I think they're going to be a lost cause, but we'll be getting more strength from them down there, which will be in a much better position to fight the Abbasids with or without allies to open up a second front. Don't we have connections? I remember that one of our family members was married to a Pandya royal. So yeah, we're really coming down here. Just accept the fact. What's our Imperial decay? 3. Oh, can we really get rid of it all the way? How much? 1,000 prestige will be spent, along with some karma. Every little bit helps. Now it's 0. Well, she's been making administrative changes. And we will abolish it in 3 years' time. Going back to absolute rule, whether they like it or not. Now let's claim it. Don't use the levies from the vassals. We'll only use a limited number from the personal ones, as well as the retinue that'll be there, since they're a weakened army. Sudden and swift gains. Very good. Damn. What's your excuse? He wants control of these areas. After this war, okay? Then we'll distribute these. Simramapura. There it is. That area is volatile. It's there. Varanasi as well. Head to that. The Pajari has published his new theory and apparently has become a laughingstock of the entire medical community. It is being read as entertainment by scholars throughout the realm. He's become dull. Damn it. Damn it, man. That's all I gotta say. Oh no, he never passed away. I just remembered seeing his name. Yeah, I gotta put you back being spy master. You were good to me. Even though he speaks in voices. Because he's possessed, you know? And he's an impaler too. You sure? Okay, we'll switch around. Because you're my best friend. We'll switch it over. And go to this. You got what you wanted, alright? You only have a limited time on Earth, knowing that hourglass of yours says. And I'm surprised you don't even have Kama Sutra, because that book would have been good for you. You know, you being a Shaktiist and all. And I could have more children if I were to become a Shaktiist now, but no. I need this is for the vassal opinion. A little more children would be nice, preferably a son. But just wait until after the war. Can't be there, sorry. I just took that big prestige hit just for not paying attention. Because you know you could have saved that for other reasons. Or the siege leader is here. There's your book. Oh, slow down there. We need a the main overseer. Not him. Potentially him. Damn it. None of you guys are good except maybe this one. And pray for a son. Because that's my ambition. I want a son and I want it now. As the time passes, I feel more and more restless. The changes in my body are constraining me, making it hard. What were simple actions at once? It's been days since I've been out in the fields. This is so frustrating. He can't abortion or endure a difficult pregnancy. Yeah, I definitely should not be out on the battlefield now, so I have to withdraw from combat, so sorry. Someone else has got a point. You'll do. I have to endure. I don't want to kill it because that's going to hurt the fertility for the next few years. Even though, as our child and I live a very healthy lifestyle, you've got to endure. You've got to. My dear husband is worried about my current condition. He believes it might be better for me to retire from public life for the duration of this pregnancy. I can leave someone else in charge of affairs, tend to myself. I better leave the palace entirely then, because even with all these, people around here, and many of them are good friends and all, but just don't bother me. Maybe I could just be at peace, live an ascetic lifestyle. But I'm not going to be a sannyasini, excuse me. Who's the designated regent? He'll be alright. He's not going to be the embezzling kind of guy, so I gotta go on a journey. Win the war for me. And for the Delian king, Maharaj. Thank you. I thought being away from court and enjoying the clean air of the countryside would help me release some of the tension of pregnancy, but the Vinyakas had other plans in mind. A terrible storm has caught my entourage, deafening us all night with thunders and leaving us sore and completely damp in the morning. I cannot stand this anymore. So I lose some health permanently. Ugh. Then again, you're our child and have a military education. You got good health and you're brawny. You'll be fine. So 66% chance that my condition stabilizes cause my pregnancy to get better, or 34% chance that it'll get worse. So I don't know if it's getting any better or worse. Probably worse, because I don't think the difficult pregnancy has gone away. Aren't they seeing a little force? Puranas. Very good. Today, as I was laying down, gently caressing my stomach and looking out my bedroom's window, started to wonder what will my next child be. It would be nice to finally give birth to a boy after all this time and make sure my dynasty is a proper heir. I'm fine with the girl, but I'd be truly delighted if I end up carrying a boy, and I hope it is a boy. Go get him. Just assaulted. Everybody will be ransomed after this tour. It's just, you know. I was beginning to think that Mayor Indropal took offense to my comments, but today I received a new draft of his work. I'm surprised to find his words really speak to me. Scribbled at margin, you can see my God. I implore you, sister, bear with me. It is not finished. How long? 10 years. Nonsense! This is brilliant work and the world needs to see it. I'll be preaching the axe. This is a jackass way of doing things, but just want to get it. That's nephew. I cannot believe that you went against my wishes. You know, the poems were far from finished, and now people are saying that I do not understand the comforting aspects of Rama. I've been humiliated. That puts a lot of frowning. You cannot fault a woman for seizing an opportunity. That's it. It's over. I got Telangana as well. We've truly made some big gains. But now the country must rest. And soon the Abyssins will be next. Especially we gotta deal with Kotal. Because that man and his horde, they'll never go away. Unless you truly eliminate them. What the hell do I get out of the rivalry war for that? Although you could usurp the title instead and give it to somebody. So, what area is bigger? Multan. Gandhar is 4, but Multan is bigger. So I believe it would be best to start a holy war, but that's for next episode for the Multan area. So for now, get to the position of shortcut. Oh dear. Just let the army rest. Final months. It's another daughter. Ayana Devi. What was the name? At least that was all in the past now. By the way, that doesn't expire. When does that expire? Oh, that's still a long time to go. I'll say that you're the real traitor. Oh. Now that I'm ruling again. Okay, what do you need? Oh. Oh, I see what just happened. When Father Yogagama let's see. So when we got that man northwards, we were able to get Maharashtra and Telangana. And then after the war, soon after, he just died. So now the realm is split. At least it's still in the Empire. And that's all that matters. And down the line, the Guptas will apparently be ruling down in Telangana. Well, we could start a little Dejor claimant wars in a few areas. So thus begins the Deccan campaign, which if you want to form the Empire of the Deccan, we've controlled already 40% of it. All we need is 66%. Which the best option would be to take the lands of, let me see from based on its numbers. But again, they're Dravidians, so we can't subjugate them, and we're Indo-Aryans. The best option is who's got the claimant for this one. Not many. At least none of them are heirs to it. Fourth, second, third one. Use that. I'll give you prestige. Lots of it. At least you're not paranoid. And let me bribe you a little bit. And of course, I gotta land you somewhere in order to acquire it. Which I'll look for it somewhere. Idea. It looks as my prayers went unanswered. I was hoping to have something better than a girl. Guess I'll just have to wait a little more. 40 years? Damn. Just to make it easier for realm management. Also, welcome to the court. Now. Just giving you the kingdom of Orissa would be counterproductive because I have no lands to give it to you. Except one. Over there. That place that I have no real desire of holding it for myself. I could put you over there so I could push your claim for this next big territory. Then we'll get Andhra. And we should have enough to create the Empire Deccan title, as it will be part of the Gupta Empire. Yeah, basically we found a very fast way to form India. It's not like, I mean, I already made my intentions now, so. Yes, there's too many vassals on this side, so plans change, so give it to them. If there's anything that you desire, I'll give it to you. There was somebody who had desires for it. Once again, ran by the Indo-Greeks and still will be. I'm surprised they haven't even imported Greek culture there. But the only greatest import they ever gave it to us is the baklava. Baklava. Know that. Hey, don't you have the... Yeah. Oh, son of a beeswax. Even though we plan on fighting a holy war in this area, we can get you liberated. And then eventually push that claim to get the Kingdom of Punjab title. Even though that title will be usurped anyhow, since we're going to expand enough of the Punjab to get it off from them. Right. Think. 2 years' time. Now, that man I just bought over here. Giving you Banu. Unremarkable territory, but it's all yours. There. In future, I will give you this claimant to all of this, even though that is a pretty widespread war. But I think just wait it out then and fight another war with the Abbasids. But in the meantime, just wait for our strength of the domain to recover, because it desperately needs some manpower here. Start training them. Since I have high enough stewardship, let's start a smuggle operation. Need another source of income. Oh, now the threat's really going up. That's why. That troublesome vassal. That's what the infamy accrued means. That's why it jumped up just now. My spy master. That receives news that my vassal has murdered someone but caught. This increasing significantly is infamy. Unfortunately, my name is also taken by this nefarious action. This option here decreases most significantly vassal chance to plan action that may lead to infamy again. But warning also lasts longer in the memory of that man. You kinslayer. How can you be a kinslayer if you just... The Army of Light. With the growing power of the Manichaeans can no longer be denied. With the aid of Kagan Sephiram of Yaglagka, a group of fanatics, peasants, and madmen have now banded together to create their own army. To smite heathens and infidels, to protect the righteous, they call themselves the Army of Light. And their mission is to fight for the cause of good, in the eyes of the Manichaeans, to drive darkness out from the world. I see. Well, now there's no Muslim Defense Pact because, you know, the Abbasids are the big ones. Damn it. No smuggler operation here. No, not worth the investment yet. Just wait for levies to go up, and so is the money for the upkeep of an upcoming conflict. Oh, I forgot. mass ransom everybody. Even the unruly vassals too. Just remembered. Yes, everybody will be free. Few more. Jom's Vikings. A band of fierce Vikings have established a warrior brotherhood in Volgast along the Baltic coast, based on the castle known as Jomsborg. These Joms Vikings are devoted to Thor, Odin, and the other Norse gods. They brook no quarter on the battlefield and will permit only the strongest and ablest warriors amongst their number. Though there are those who would dismiss them as simple brigands, the Jomsite kings have vowed to defend all Norse lands being encroached by Christendom or other foreign religions. Let us hope those zealots steer clear of us, even though they live nowhere near here. That's the beauty of playing in India, so you don't have to deal with their bull over in Europe. Still got plenty of years in case if I want another son. I ain't moving out of this family focus until yeah, I'll be there for once. While we'll just be making our fortunes and wait for that threat level to go down. Which you should return. It helps with the threat decay speed. Take this many months. Long he may reign. A leper named Janarians arrived at court today. With the leper colony in Magad being crowned already, he has nowhere to go and now begs for my aid. You can stay here for now. Here's your big karma gain. You got it. I believe we are strong enough to take on the Abbasids ourselves. Oh, definitely, for sure. The ones who want independence are winning. There's a holding war, peasant revolt, and another conflict. Not widespread, but it's enough for it to cause some rumblings. As I said, the Kearney shot him over there, lost cause. All because of Kutal there. Well, let's end this episode with I don't usually go for the Kali Puja feast unless I'm a real bad ruler. By bad I mean cruel. Evil. The snake charmer is entertaining the guests of the feast. He plays a flute and sings in odd tones to various poisonous snakes that he has upon a basket. The audience self-captivated by his skills, seemingly controls the snake with his voice and music. There is silence among the revelers as the snake charmer works his magic snakes, but suddenly hear a high shriek. As snake charmer looks confused, it seems a large cobra has broken free and suddenly crossed towards the guests. Crap. The escape culprit disappears under the table and a few moments silence and a terrified scream. One of the guests is shaken in violent convulsions, with people nearby staring in shock as they realize the snake's been their neighbor. The snake disappears out through the open window, and the Vic stops shaking and lies dead. Oh, it's the leopard that I just bought in. Bad luck. You get leprosy, and then you die by the snake. It's appreciative. You are still around. And you are also the court eunuch long ago, in addition to being a physician. Still speaking in voices, drinking, impaling, well, club-footed, and he's apparently Doctor of Law as well. Hey, you know what? Since you got a limited time on Earth, and I like saying that because it's pretty fancy. Oh, never mind. I was hoping. But then again, he's a landed character. I mean, if he wasn't, I would love to have on my court for him to tutor me regarding law. Now, decision. He's a quite interesting Brahmin, isn't he? So he brought it out. He's just a mare. Do burn him. He's a lowborn. That'll do. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that'll end that episode on that note. So, one thing is for certain. We will fight against the Absolutist Empire for another part of the Punjab. But do not worry, as long as you live a good life and you like to carouse around, and you are apparently a good fighter, which will probably make you a commander sooner or later when our old guard passes away of old age. So after that, and then we'll continue this southern campaign towards the Deccan. After Karnataka, the likely next target will be the Pandya, the big one, the big gains, and then we'll mop up the rest, and then Lanka, and then Rajputana and Gujarat, Mawa, these areas will be next. Down the line, it's coming to the Gupta. It's coming to this dynasty anyhow. So we hope you people enjoyed this episode. So there were some good things, some not so good things, but we have a future. An Indian future. I doubt that the Samrajni would also be the Samrajni Chakravartin in the future. I think that's probably going to be up to their children. Whoever is going to be proclaiming themselves as Chakravarti, should we succeedingly unite all of India, but we have to get this and then send to secure the West before we mop up the rest and all that. Boy, you're really sneaking your way through there. That's because of the moon pagans. You hold 2 kingdoms. So, again, we hope you people enjoyed this episode, but until the next one, so long for now.